Okay, resetters, on this video, I'm gonna talk about the 5 foods every woman needs to be eating, doesn't matter if you're 20 or you're 70, to be able to balance your hormones. This is really critical because so many of us are struggling hormonally in this modern world, and my mission is to teach you how to come back in sync with your hormones. So you're gonna wanna start to bring in these 5 foods, but I'm gonna show you which hormone these 5 foods are gonna, what needle these hormones are gonna move for you on which hormones. So let's walk through this together. Remember that if you haven't read Fast But Like a Girl, I don't care what age you are, I highly recommend you read it because it talks in that book a lot. What I talk about is how there is a lifestyle that estrogen wants you to live, and there's a lifestyle that progesterone wants you to live. And this has been the missing conversation in hormonal health for all ages. And you think about this through. I mean, this is like something that just blew my mind when I discovered this 10 years ago. We as women have never been taught to vary our diet to match these 2 hormones. And estrogen and progesterone are like twin sisters. They look the same, we put them in the same category, give them the same name as sex hormones, but they have massively different personalities, which means there are massively different food types that they like. I've mentioned this in Fast Like a Girl, that the estrogen, she loves keto. I call it ketobiotic because I want us always to be bringing more of the polyphenol and probiotic and prebiotic foods into our life to support estrogen. And progesterone loves hormone feasting foods. So I'm going to talk a little bit about some of my favorites specifically for estrogen there. But these are the 2 food styles. Think of them as you're going to pulse in and out of these 2 food styles. If you have a cycle, great. If you do, and I'll show you how to do it with if you have a cycle. If you don't have a cycle, no problem. I want to show you how to do it based off of the signals that your body is giving you. So the 2 styles, ketobiotic and hormone feasting, apply to these 5 foods. So here we go. Number 1, my favorite, an avocado. Okay, so why would avocado be so spectacular for our hormones? Well, I put avocado in the estrogen camp. And here's why an avocado can help you support estrogen. Estrogen wants you to keep your blood sugar down. And if you add an avocado to almost every meal, you slow the spike of blood sugar. So I personally, on the days that I know I need more estrogen, when I was cycling regularly, that was day 1 all the way through ovulation, somewhere around day 12, 13, 14, 15, I put an avocado with every meal that I had. I love avocado. I was recently, side funny note, I was recently interviewed on Tom Bilyeu's Impact Theory podcast. And at the end, he asked me if I had one food I could take on a desert island with me, what would it be? And I said an avocado, because that's how much I love an avocado. So not only does it stabilize your blood sugar, but it also gives good fat to the brain. So remember, the brain is 50% fat. So it thrives when we give it fat. It nourishes the fat in the brain. The other reason I love an avocado is it can feed the microbiome. And you need the microbiome to break hormones down. So it's great when we're trying to build estrogen. It fills a lot of different buckets in helping support good estrogen production. Guess what? Age Like a Girl, my new book. It's ready for pre-orders. And this is the most personal book I have ever written. And I'm so excited to bring it to you. If you are looking to reinvent yourself through the menopause process, or maybe you're on the other side and you're still looking for that reinvention, I'm going to show you exactly why menopause works in your favor and how you can make it your greatest moment yet. Age Like a Girl. My second favorite, and this is more a group of foods that support women's hormones, are bitter foods. This is your radicchio, your dandelion. This is lemon and ginger. These are bitter foods. And what bitter foods do is not only do they support good gut health, but they support your liver. And when we look at hormones, on one hand, we need to make hormones. So when we look at like the avocado, we're helping to support the making of estrogen. When we look at bitter foods and we go, okay, it supports the liver, it supports the gut, that is imperative to be able to help you break down the hormones that you produced. So liver health is key, and there's no better set of foods like bitter foods to be able to help you support a healthy liver so you can break all the sex hormones down, not just estrogen. This would fall into the camp of supporting you throughout your whole cycle. I teach the women in my Reset Academy that the time I like to come in with a big dose of bitter foods is during ovulation. So if you are a cycling woman, I called it the manifestation phase in Fast Like a Girl. But if you are a cycling woman, bring it in during ovulation. You have progesterone comes in, estrogen's at her peak, testosterone's at her peak. This is the time to bring in the bitter foods. Whereas we can look at avocado as being really important those first 10 days going into ovulation. During ovulation, we really want to make sure that we're bringing in those bitter foods. My postmenopausal women, the bitter foods help you when the hot flashes show up. The bitter foods help you when you struggle to sleep, because we've got to be able to get something to help you break estrogen down. You're getting less estrogen. We need to help support her breakdown, and that's where the liver foods, or the bitter foods, or liver foods, maybe I'll start calling them liver foods, can help you. Okay, number 3. This is one that I know not everybody knows exactly how to do, and some people think it's a little controversial, not sure why, and that is seeds. And there are 2 types of seeds I want you to eat, and they help 2 different hormones. The estrogen hero seed of the day are flax seeds. So more flax seeds, specifically flax oil. I love putting flax oil on my salads. Sometimes when I'm feeling like I just need to break down estrogen a little bit more, my skin feels dry, mucosal membranes are a little dry, I'll do more flaxseed. And so it's great for breaking down and supporting, it does both, supporting estrogen. Whereas pumpkin seeds, which are really yummy, support progesterone and the breakdown of progesterone. So hopefully you've heard of seed cycling. It's become a really interesting old healing strategy for supporting hormonal production. I think there's something really interesting about that. Again, we have gotten way too complicated with health. We think we have to, especially hormonal health, like, gosh, we're talking about HRT and bioidenticals and what do you take? I'm here to tell you, let's start with your lifestyle. And when we look at seeds, we can see that cycling in flaxseed in the beginning, cycling in pumpkin at the end supports the production of these 2 major sex hormones. So think of it from the seed level. My women that have hot flashes, remember a hot flash, that is low estrogen, so more flaxseed. So, and I mean, the other ones are great too, but that's a big one to think about. Okay, number 4. This one is my favorite. It's my favorite. I say that about everything. Actually, all of these are my favorites. I pretty much eat all these every day. And the 4th one is root vegetables. So this is your squashes. This is your sweet potatoes. These are your potatoes in general. They help support progesterone. Now, I can tell you in my clinic, in my online world, we have done tens of thousands of hormone tests. My favorite is the Dutch test. If you ever want to do a hormone test, go to my website. You can find it there. We have a whole new health coach that will come and break down your hormones for you and teach you how to read them. But this is what I want you to know about root vegetables, is they will support progesterone. And all these hormone tests I've done on women, the majority, 99.9% of women that we've seen are losing progesterone. We are in a rushing woman world, and the rushing woman, as cortisol goes up, progesterone goes down. And since Fast Like a Girl has come out, I am shocked at how many 20 and 30-year-olds have lost their periods altogether. And that's largely because they're missing progesterone, and you can bring progesterone back by increasing your root vegetables. So sweet potatoes are my favorite. I do all different types. When I go to the store, I get the golden ones, I get the white ones, I get the purple ones. They all feed different parts of my microbiome, and it makes it for a really yummy delight. When it comes to the squashes, same thing. My new favorite one is honey nut. I can get them at my farmer's market. Oh my God, they're so good. If you haven't tried a honey nut squash, highly recommend it. But even acorn and spaghetti and butternut, bringing those in will help you build progesterone. So if you're missing your cycle, if you're anxious a lot, I'm going to recommend that you bring in more root vegetables. I eat a root vegetable every couple of days, and when I eat it a lot. Okay, number 5. Now, this might upset some people. I'm just going to say it. It's got to be said. And number 5 is meat. And when I say meat, I've specifically meant grass-fed steak is phenomenal, but even poultry is really good. Let me tell you why. Vegetarians, don't stop here. I want to walk this through the thought process here. I'm not trying to convert you into eating meat, but I want you to think about this. So what happens when we eat grass-fed steak? You're getting all the amino acids that you need to be able to make hormones. So hormones have fuel requirements, and one of those fuel requirements is amino acids. And a grass-fed steak has all the amino acids that you need to be able to make all 3 hormones. So super important to get that in your diet. When we look at poultry, we're looking at our turkey and our chicken. That has the precursors, has a key component in it called tryptophan. And tryptophan is an amino acid that helps you make serotonin. Okay, my menopausal women, I want you to think about this. As we're going through menopause, we're losing estrogen. That's supposed to happen. And so when we lose estrogen, estrogen is a precursor for serotonin, and serotonin keeps us happy. So if we don't have enough serotonin, we can feel the blues. We can feel a little low. So often what happens to get that serotonin rush is we reach for carbohydrates. But you can get a precursor, a major precursor for serotonin in tryptophan, which comes in the form of poultry. So I hope you followed me there. If you are looking for a mood boost and you're looking to increase not just estrogen, but you want to increase serotonin, you need more tryptophan, and that can come in the form of poultry. So a lot of nuance there. I mean, this is a dense 5 things. And if you are vegetarian, then what I want you to know is that you might have to supplement with tryptophan. Might be that you got to slide that in there. So make sure, and you can get that in other supplements so that you can get that serotonin lift to keep your moods up. So there you go. Those 5, like key 5 that we have to be bringing in to keep ourselves hormonally balanced. When you're hormonally balanced, your moods are balanced, your cycles are balanced, your cravings are balanced, your sleep is balanced. Hormones dictate everything we do in life, and these 5 foods are massively important for that hormonal balance. So as always, I hope that helps. Put in your notes. Here's what I want to do. In the comments, I want to know, do you have any amazing recipes? Let's share. I want to know, do you have any amazing recipes with these 5 foods? How do you use them? Really interesting, and I would be curious to see what we find. As always, hope that helps. If you love this video, I did a great video called Should You Eat Eggs Every Day for Breakfast? So you need them to make things like serotonin and dopamine, the neurotransmitters that give us a good mood balance, make us happy, make us calm, give us joy and satisfaction. The precursors for those neurotransmitters are all inside this little egg.